I randomly just got an idea to make a video about my favorite console ever. Probably because I keep on playing games on that console lately and I've been in a kind of nostalgic mood. But yeah. The Xbox 360 is a legendary console. It came out on November 22nd, 2005. Now, you may think that was like 10 years ago, but it was actually almost 20. I got an Xbox One, but it just wasn't as good as the 360. Oh, Xbox One, you're no Xbox 360. The first game I played on it was LEGO Marvel, the finest of LEGO games. The system had a lot of amazing games, so I was just wanting to talk about the system and games I like a lot because I feel like it. Oh boy, here we go. Alright, here's the thing.
Say that again?
I love LEGO Marvel. It was the first game I played on the system, like I said, and it's just a really fun game. I've 100%ed it multiple times and I still play it from time to time. The first level is so nostalgic to me. Sandman has always been one of my favorite Spider-Man villains, so it was so cool to fight him in the first level. And the free world is great too. This song will always be ingrained into my head until I die at the age of 120. The Venom level was my Resident Evil when I was younger. Looking back, I don't know why I was so scared of it, but I was also afraid of this, so it checks out. And the final boss with all the villains and heroes coming together to take down Galactus, who was being mind-controlled by Loki. Mwah, chef's kiss, absolute cinema. Nimsio wishes they could make a battle scene this great.
Assemble.
Woo, let's go! Now I'm going to admit it. I'm a pretty cool guy. I'm a very cool guy. But I've tricked you. If I were a very cool guy, I would have finished the whole story of Halo 3. And I'm not. I've only played the first couple of levels. Now you may be screaming at your screen, then why is it included in the video? Because the multiplayer is awesome. I've spent most of my time on the game playing multiplayer, and it's awesome. I used to think that the best map was Avalanche because it had a whole bunch of vehicles, including this OP helicopter. But I've grown wiser, and now realize it makes fighting each other worse and annoying. Sorry to the Halo 3 fans, I hope to play more of the story eventually, and when I do, I'll come back with an apology. Let's move on.
Officer Bowles.
Ah yes, Arkham City, my favorite game. Arkham City is a subtitle. What? Arkham City isn't the full title, it's the subtitle. I love the Arkham games. Around the end of November, I finally got around to beating Arkham Asylum, and it was amazing. The game is a great first entry. I love all the little Easter eggs to the other villains that didn't show up, like Mr. Freeze, Black Mask, and my goat, Killer Moth. The whole story is also really great, and Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, and Arlene Sorkin came back to reprise their roles from the animated series. This version of Scarecrow is my favorite version of him so far, ever made, and he was the best in this game. I have yet to play Arkham Knight, so maybe I'll change my mind, but I just prefer this version from what I've seen. The game is just a pure fun Batman adventure at Arkham, and I love it. Hear everything I said about Arkham Asylum? Good. Scratch that. Reverse it. Now take everything I said about Arkham and turn it up to 11. Except for Scarecrow. Yeah, he sadly... Arkham City is at the top 3 of my favorite games of all time. Those 3 switch from day to day, so some days it's my favorite. The story is at its best in this game, and Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill come back again. Sadly, Arlene Sorkin retired from voice acting at this point, which is sad, but Tara Strong does a good job at replacing her. I enjoyed the whole game, and no moment really stands out to me as being bad. The best parts of the game were definitely the boss fights, though. Solomon Grundy is okay, I guess. Punching Penguin again was fun, though. And then you get the absolute cinema of the Ra's al Ghul fight, which was awesome, and definitely the most cinematic part of the game. Then you go to the old GCPD building, thinking nothing can top that cinema, and then you get the absolute peakness of the Mr. Freeze boss fight. I went into the game knowing what people say about the boss, but he really is that good. After that, there's the fake Joker fight, which was a blast, and probably the most times I died on a boss in the game. I guess I'm just bad when it comes to fighting knife enemies, but you know. And after that, you get the Clayface boss fight. Definitely a little weaker than the others, but still an awesome way to end the game. And the Joker dying in a cruel, ironic way because he stabbed Batman's arm. Oh, it's so good. The Catwoman section's alright. I have the Game of the Year edition, so you had to download the extras on a separate disc, and I did that right before the fake Joker fight. So afterwards, I got thrown into playing as Catwoman, which was weird. I did hate the Two-Face fight, though, at the end of the game. After I found out what to do, it was alright, but it was still annoying. Overall, Arkham City is such a great game, and it improved so much on the gameplay and story from the first game. I bought Arkham Origins and Arkham Knight recently, so I'll definitely play those soon. I have been playing Arkham Shadow on my MetaQuest too, and so far it's blown my expectations away. So I may have to make a video on that after I beat it, but I'm just happy that the Suicide Squad didn't kill the Arkhamverse. Overall, the Arkham games are pretty good. Oh, we're still talking about Batman. The first LEGO Batman game is such a great game. It was one of the first games I ever played, and it's still super good. The designs of the characters are so good, and it's the game that introduced me to my GOAT, Killer Moth. The first level, You Can Bank on Batman, is so nostalgic, but for some reason I get more nostalgia from the villain version of the level. The Riddler makes it withdrawal, and I don't know why. But yeah. LEGO Batman 2 is peak LEGO Batman though. I recently played this again to get all the achievements on the 360, and it's still as good as I remember. They got my man Troy Baker as Batman, Clancy Brown as Lex Luthor, the best Lex voice ever. SpongeBob me Bob, this is the Deconstructor, it destroys Legos. LEGO Batman 3 is good. The first few levels are definitely the best part of the game, but then Brainiac has to come in and just like a real nerd, ruin everything. I'm kind of over-exaggerating. He was a good main villain, but then the Justice League defeated him and have to go to the Lantern Planets because they have to go to the Lantern Planets. Then Brainiac comes back and makes Superman big and mind-controlled, and wait a second, it's just LEGO Marvel again! The character selection is great, but it stinks because the open worlds are awful. They're just like the Lantern Planets, but there's like... it's just boring. The DLCs are the best LEGO DLCs ever made though. You got the Dark Knight level pack and includes every major character, and a great mini level with Heath Ledger Joker in a nurse outfit. Shut up and take my money! The Arrow pack is cool too. Suicide Squad is the Suicide Squad 2016, so there's that. But they do have Killer Moth in the ending cutscene, so it definitely gives it at least 3 more points. The Batman Beyond pack is cool too. It's even cooler now that I've seen the movie, so 2014 me was going, why is Joker Michael Jackson? Now I'm going, oh yeah. Nowadays, the LEGO Batman games are kinda dead. Which does make me sad, but turn that frown upside down, because LEGO DC Supervillains is peak LEGO DC games. They have The Mask of Phantasm, one of the best movies ever made, DLC level pack, and Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy are back. We'll miss you, Killer Moth.
Oh, light bulb!
Oh, come on, I can't handle any more great games. Ah, too many good games. I need a bad game to tide me over. Found it. Alright, I'm good. I guess you could say I'm still alive. I first played Portal 2 around April last year on my PC, and yep, Steam doesn't lie, it's peak. It's the best puzzle game I've ever played, and that's coming from a guy who doesn't even like puzzle-centered games. The story and lore are amazing, and when I beat the game, I got this cool dance thing for my avatar. The ending is one of the best endings to a video game ever made. I don't think Valve should make a third one just because of how good this ending is, but hey, it could surprise me in 50 years. I wish I had more to say, but it's just an amazing game that I love. I have a confession to make. Skylanders has been my on and off again lover for the past few months. There was a time where I would spend a little of my paycheck on a Sensei, and look at my collection now. Out of the affordable ones, I'm missing Tidal and Hoodsicle. I'll get them eventually, and cross them off my hit list. Then there's them. The stuff of legends. The big 3. I've done my research. I've looked at the hieroglyphics, and the price keeps going up. Huh, do I want to buy House or Sensei Robo from the 2016 Toys for Bob game Skylanders Imaginators? My favorite game in the series is Trap Team because it has a fun gimmick and the best story and levels in the series. Sure, all the Skylanders fans may call me basic, but I just say, you all know I'm right. I'm just brave enough to admit it. I have a lot of nostalgia for the series and I still play it to this day. I remember going to Target and finding a Chaos figure and begging my dad to buy it for me, even though I didn't even own the game yet. But I never saw another one again, so that's pretty cool. I like Skylanders, could you tell? Actually though, someone should call the Exterminator. They're swarming my room. Head out. So back in 2016, my friends showed me BattleBlock Theater, and ever since then, it's been my favorite 2D platformer. Recently, me and my good friend Reginald played through and beat the whole game, and it's a masterpiece. The gameplay and story are 10 out of 10. Hattie Haddington is unironically one of my favorite characters in all of fiction, and all he does is sit on a chair in the gift shop and be depressed. He doesn't even say anything, and he's the best square-headed guy ever. He also caused the end of the world, so that's pretty cool too. It's a shame that the service shut down, because I would have loved to play the fan-made levels, but oh well, BattleBlock Theater, you're a legend. Huh, what's this game? I've never... You know, it's funny what watching DanTDM Stampy and popular MMOs does to a man. Minecraft is quite possibly the best game ever made. It's not my top 3 of favorite games, but it's definitely a good game. My first experience with the game was on TU19, my favorite tutorial. I miss you. The castle is so nostalgic to me. It's a Minecraft recreation of the Alien Donan Castle in Scotland. I hope I'm saying that right. And it's such a great build. And there's a recreation of Stampy's house, which elevates it from being a 10 to a 20. I thought I was Christopher Columbus finding this thing and making it my house. It was so cool because I always wanted to play in Stampy's World and House, so being able to here was so cool. Then there's DanTDM's Xbox 360 World, which was a great series, but I don't remember it as much as the lovely World series. But it was still fun. Minecraft and LEGO Marvel were the things I identified the Xbox 360 with the most, which is funny because they weren't even exclusives to the system, so that's funny. Overall, I will be seeing a Minecraft movie, and DanTDM better be in his Minecraft outfit. Before I'm done, I just want to quickly talk about the Avatar Maker. Unlike other games or systems, they actually made a unique equivalent to the Miis, 1 year before Miis were a thing. I love the avatars and I'll never forgive them for ruining them on the Xbox One. The Avatar shop is so fun to go through, even if I can't buy anything anymore. They put a lot of care into these and it's really fun. Getting achievements in games and finding out it's an Avatar accessory is so cool, and I think more systems nowadays should do this. And also, nothing fills me with more nostalgia than this part of this song and the Avatar creator. So what did we learn? That I love this console a little too much. It's a shame that the system is pretty much dead now. Last summer they sadly shut down all the shops on the system, which stinks. But I did manage to buy most of the stuff I wanted, but there's a lot of stuff you just can't get now. But it doesn't sting as much as something like the Wii U eShop shutting down, because they're not completely lost and the console's much older than the Wii U, so it made more sense to shut down when it did. Plus, for now you can still play online if you want, so that's cool. Overall, I love this console, so thank you to the Xbox 360, my favorite console of all time.
Buckle your pants, 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 buckle your pants,